ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Not So Perfect podcast for March 30th, 2017. This episode is sponsored by the color orange, and today we're going to be going over various topics, including YouTube dying,
Yeah,
and Destiny 2,
yeah, yeah.
and
Battlefront
Dragon
2
Ball 2, and
and
Jesus Christ coming back for the second time,
yeah,
and Rick
a
and
bunch of
Morty
twos.
2,
A bunch of twos today. Bunch of twos.
the terrible twos, as they say in the
Yeah.
video gaming
But
business.
but our first topic has nothing to do with it too unless you flip the 5 upside down and then flip it around and then it kind of looks like a 2. Anyway, Persona 5 was released finally yesterday. To really good reviews. It has a 94 on Metacritic, which is really good, especially since we've been waiting so goddamn long. This game was supposed to come out in 2014. Um,
Shit.
yeah, it was supposed to come out in, I believe, winter of 2014. Then there was another date that they put on there, which was last month, February 14th. It was supposed to be released on Valentine's Day.
Dude, sweet.
Um, but it finally came out. If you don't know what that series is, it is Weeboo trash, um, basically in RPG form.
Isn't it, wait,
Um,
is it like, it's just like a, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but is it like one of those fucking dating simulators? That's all I've ever like
it
taken away
has
from it,
so
really.
with the whole Megami Tensei series.
What?
That's the Megami Tensei series. That is the main series. Persona is just like a sub series of the main like arching whole thing. But the whole thing is it's an RPG with social simulation stuff thrown in. So there is some aspects of, dating and, all of this. It's very anime. And if you know anything about any anime, there's, people fall in love and they're like, "Oh, I hope senpai notices me." That's the kind of thing that happens.
Dude, I
But
remember in fucking Dragon Ball Z when Goku was falling hard for Cell. Oh my god, he was like, Senpai noticed me, and then
I,
he blasted him in the head, and he
I
died.
don't I don't think that actually did that happen?
Well,
I don't
yeah, because that was
he was falling for
Android
Cell.
when Android 18 and Krillin were having the sex because he turned her
I
into a human, and
okay.
then they were fucking so hard he created a Kamehameha out of his dick and he blew Cell's head off, and then they created a massive time warp, and then fucking Bardock came out of
See,
nowhere,
see,
fucking
I thought you were gonna bring up Bulma, but anyway,
no.
no, you weren't. You
Bulma's
you
old
just went
news.
you just went to Cell, and we're like, yeah, they fucked. Um, but apparently Persona 5, I don't know if it has any fucking. Um, honestly, it is an
Probably.
anime game, so there's probably scantily clad girls, and they're in a high school, so they're bound to have uniforms.
Dude,
Um,
speaking of scantily clad girls, have you seen that near like automata game, whatever it's called?
yes, I have seen that game, and it that is also a very good game. You can get that on Steam for. I think they're
seven
having a sale
thousand
on it.
dollars.
I think there's a sale on it this weekend.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
only $4,000.
yeah, but that's another good Weeboo game. Uh, I know there's a lot of people that were looking forward to Persona 5, and it's taken so long for it to actually come out. Um,
Yeah, I haven't heard like any news about this from like any person ever, so this is news to me. So
yeah, so the game was delayed from its original date of 2014, and it actually came out last year, uh, September 2016 in Japan. So the
oh,
United States finally got it, and people are people are excited for it.
dang old
So
American ports taking forever.
I know it's, but
I really wanted to play that game so bad, and it took so long, and I'm so happy.
Apparently, it was for the best that it took so long because it's got good reviews and um, Megami Tensei, the whole series as a whole, has been pretty good. So, but yeah, I mean, it's on PS3 and PS4 if you want it, um,
For a
but
low price of 1,000,000 yen.
it's not on PC.
Oh, it's not.
But no, but
Hmm.
Stank, what game is coming to PC?
Oh yeah, that was a slick transition there.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Destiny 2 has been rumored, and I think it been like actually um like fucking whatever you call it. Have they actually said anything about it officially?
they've said some things. There's a trailer out actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There is a trailer, um, and it again. I wasn't a fan of the first Destiny, but it looks all right. Obviously, it's hard to tell because I forget what the release is supposed to be. I think it's late 2017.
Yeah, I thought
Um,
if if I remember from like what something said, it was like September 17. I don't
that might
remember.
be right. Yeah.
I
Um,
have no clue.
but I mean, all
I
your
I played it and it was pretty fun. Like the first one. I didn't play the second one yet, obviously.
obviously.
But I don't know. I played the first one for a bit and it was pretty cool. It's just that I have like a really rough time sticking with games. Like for some
Yeah,
reason TF2 I've stuck with that one. I guess
yeah,
cuz I've put so much of my money and time into that game. But like there's other games that I can't just like continue playing over and over even though I love them. Like Borderlands 2. I struggle to play that all the time. Like I want to play it all the time, but it's just sometimes I just don't. I don't know why.
yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
I with Destiny when I first tried it, I was like, all right, I get the appeal, but I'm getting bored easily. Um,
Yeah, it's a very grind intensive game.
and see, like,
But that's what I love about it though. I love just mindless grind games. That's why I love Diablo 3 so much. You just fucking
see,
sit there and just grind and grind and grind. It's awesome. I love it.
like if anybody knows me from like RPG, like whenever I stream like an RPG, I'm gonna shamelessly whore myself out.
It's
But
fine.
whenever I stream like an RPG, I always have a problem grinding because one, I get invested in the story to the point of where I just want to continue the story and I
Mm.
don't want to like go off on my own and be like, all right, here's running around for 40 minutes. Like I don't I don't necessarily do that. And I feel like the beginning of Destiny, like when you're first starting off, it takes so long to get to a point where there's anything interesting for me that I was just like, I'm
Yeah,
not.
the like the actual like story missions I felt were a bit heavy-handed in the
Yeah.
beginning because it's like, you know, you can't do anything fun. You're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to this one location. It's like, wow, this is really
Yeah.
fucking
And
lame.
I'm like, I wish there was another location. And then eventually there is another location, but then you keep going back and forth between that
Yeah,
location.
it's
It's
just
like,
it's a lot of backtracking and
and I'm
it's
like,
annoying.
as much as I get the appeal, like especially if you have friends that play it, um, my friend Nick um, plays Destiny with his
Is
friends.
he a maniac? Would some say he's a
Yeah,
maniac?
uh, Twitch.tv/Nick the Maniac if anybody's interested. And it's Nick spelled Nik and no spaces between the and Maniac. Um, he's he he's played Destiny. He's done all the raids. He's done everything with his friends, and I can kind of understand him enjoying it. When I played it originally, it was on the PS4, um, and it was actually just us trying our roommate's PS4. We were just messing around on it, um, and then Nick got it for the Xbox One, so I was like, well, I can't play this with Nick. So, but I mean, I guess if it's coming out to PC, I might be willing to try it if there's some changes, um, especially if it's coming to PC, because I don't want to get an Xbox One or a PS4 or any of that right now. So
Yeah, the only problem I have with with MOBAs like those are like the whole aspect of trying to find like a 7-man team to do those raids. I fucking hate talking to people that I don't know. I mean, like
Yeah.
sometimes I do, like when I'm in like Dota chat or some shit with you guys. More on that later. But when when I'm in like in the games Discord, it's fun because all like everyone there is actually not a piece of shit. But
Yeah.
like people like randoms on Xbox Live are just horrible human beings for the most part.
Yeah, it's true.
Like one time I actually got like a bit into playing Destiny, like the
Yeah.
first one, and I like when the first raid came out, like I never touched it for like ever. And then like a month down the line, 2 months down the line, me and my friend tried to play it with like a bunch of randoms, and like because I'm an idiot, I fucked it up for the most part. But it's also just a really hard raid for no apparent fucking reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, we fucked that up for like half an hour, and then we just gave up. And so I never wanted to play a raid ever again because people are horrible.
Yeah, I know when Nick plays raid sometimes, like he's really good at the game, obviously, because he put so much time and effort into it. In fact, that was like one of the games, the only games he played for the longest time on Xbox One. And every now and then he would just be like, "You guys are fucking stupid," like, and he just goes off on them, and like he had like a little lounge chair that he had for the living room, and literally the right side of that lounge chair was breaking off because every time they would fuck something up, he would pound the shit out of it until like the side arm just started falling off.
That's
So he eventually got a new chair, but like I don't know. It's Destiny. I didn't see the appeal. Um, but speaking of games I don't see the appeal to, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was officially announced. Good lord, Battlefront 1 was a piece of garbage. And not the
hey
original
hey
one. Not the original one. The
hey no
PS2
no.
Battlefront Battlefront for PS2 and Battlefront 2 for PS2 were fantastic
The
games that were
new
well put together.
Battlefront was not that bad.
The new Battlefront was a cash in on this Star Wars license.
I liked it. It was like because I love Battlefield. Like Dice makes Battlefield, and I love that atmosphere of like huge maps with like big epic gameplay. And
Well,
I loved like all like the sound design in that game is fucking phenomenal. Like shoot me, but like that
see,
is it's so good. I love it.
don't get me wrong. I can get where like you're coming from on the whole Battlefront or the Battlefield slash Battlefront thing. Like the wide open spaces, the graphics on it are amazing, but part of me was just like, all of this is just a fucking reskin of Battlefield. Like
I mean,
it's
in
Star
a
Wars
way.
assets in Battlefield, and I feel like the one thing that they did to kind of like make it more Star Wars esque was the heroes, but at the same time, some people who've played the game, like I played the game, I tested it out like when it came out, and it takes forever to like become a hero. Like it's randomly chosen. It's not very like I felt like it was very I don't know. It's something about the replay value of it wasn't very appealing to me. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I I think I probably played the beta more than the actual game, which is
yeah,
sad to say, but I played it a bit though, and like anyways, it was pretty like I liked it. I enjoyed everything about the core aspect of the game. Like I understand the whole like being against the fucking what do you call them, the heroes, like that
yeah,
that thing was kind of stupid how it's a random like coin you find on the fucking battlefield, and then you pick it
yeah.
up and then you're immediately change into the person. That was kind of lame, but you know what are
Because I
they gonna
feel
do,
like
like Left 4 Dead 2, like randomly select someone?
I feel like that like it would have been cooler if they would have come up with something a little bit better. Um, maybe have multiple heroes per side, and then the people that are either doing the best. Make it kind of like, I don't want to say make it like Call of Duty where you get the perks when you get certain things, but make it like that to where you got multiple heroes on each team, and the people who are currently on a streak of not dying will get it over a certain period of time, and then you just have like
Well,
three
yeah,
heroes on each side, like just going at it. Like, I think that would be cool. That would be like an epic kind of thing.
well, yeah.
um
I mean, like it's easy to say that, but like if you're someone like me that's not generally the greatest at video games, you'd never be able to play the hero ever, and it would suck dick.
that's true. I
I don't know, like the heroes are fun enough. It's just that if it were like a system like that, I think it would be a little bit annoying. It's just that other people did, like, once the game was out for a bit, they knew all the spawns of
Yeah.
where the coins were going to drop, and that was just a bit annoying. I don't know. It was, I think it was a hard game to balance that out, like from the very
Yeah.
beginning, and they were fighting an uphill battle. Couldn't get that out. I had like Tourette's for
No,
a
no.
second. Yeah,
I
so
completely. Yeah.
they were fighting an uphill battle the entire time, anyways, because people are such big fanboys of the original. Cough, cough, you cough, cough. Uh,
Hey.
and like I don't know, it's just I feel like with the cards they were dealt, they did the most they could, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed their attempt at trying to revitalize a classic video game that I personally like never played. So
I wish they would have had some more game. Like, obviously, taking everything from the original wouldn't have been smart, but the fucking capturing the nodes on the maps was so like satisfying. Like, having a big open map, and you have these specific points on the map where each team gets basically, like, Gigantic does kind of a similar thing, oddly enough. I just realized that. As much as Gigantic is more like a MOBA, this was like a massively large MOBA with like 40 people on each side. Um, but like having the certain points, and you have to like capture them, and you know there would be like battles at certain points where there's like 16 people versus 16 people, and you just see people just like falling over the place. I felt like they could have done something with that,
I
because I
mean, they
feel like.
kind of did. Like, it wasn't because like I remember there was like it was kind of like the rush game mode in Battlefield. Like they had the two little fucking points, and then you have to rush up to them. Then you have to like like plant something on them, or like give them coordinates or whatever, and then like fucking the starfighters or whatever, not starfighters, but the fucking like the Y wings or whatever would come in
Yeah,
and
yeah.
blast the ATATs,
I,
and that would like
I don't
weaken them for a bit.
I don't know. I just feel they could have done something a little bit better multiplayer wise to make it feel a little bit more like a, you know, just more of a grand experience other than the graphics, and, you know, just I don't know. I just wasn't a fan. Hopefully with Battlefront 2, they'll re-add space battles, because space battles were the fucking shit when I played Battlefront 2, the OG one. Um
Yeah,
it was always.
the vehicle combat was pretty cool in that game. I guess it would have been cool if there was like a dedicated mode for it. Well, there kind of actually was, but like I don't know. I don't know what, like, because I've always heard the term space battles in those, and like whenever someone's comparing the games.
So you've never played him.
No,
You've
I've
never
never
played it.
seen it. I've never played it. I don't know what a space battle is.
We're gonna get a game going.
I
Um,
can't.
we can.
I don't own it. I'm poor. I'm sorry.
Oh, all shit. Anyway, if it comes down to it, maybe I'll stream it with some people, and show you it, because
Well, like, can you just
it's a lot of fun.
explain what a space battle is for the audience at
Space.
home and myself?
s- the space battles were, there's two giant ships that have spaceships on them. Uh, what you do is you basically you get in whatever ship. There's a bunch of different styles and, like, kinds, and you get on that ship, and then you just fly out into space, and literally there's just ships all over the place, like, fighting each other. Now what you can do is you can attack the ship from the outside, which is like you can attack like the main bay, you can attack the weaponry, you can attack everything that's like, because it has defense mechanisms. Or you can fly the ship into their ship once their shields are down, go in, and it becomes kind of like a land battle, but on the inside of this massive ship. And then you can go into like the engine room and like shoot up the engine room, or like plant bombs in certain, points to destroy the main ship. And once the main ship is destroyed on each side, then whichever team does it wins. Um, and I thought it was cool because you could either be on the outside and just fly around, or you could say fuck it and just fly into the ship and then go ham on a bunch of droids and shit on the inside of a ship. I thought that was pretty cool. So I just feel like they could have done something like that with Battlefront 1. Hopefully, maybe they'll do something like that with Battlefront 2. I feel like it could be a lot more grand on like current gen consoles.
Yeah. From like what I remember, there was a game mode similar to that. Like after a while, I don't know if it was in the core game, but you could fly like all the different um like ships and stuff. But I don't remember like what the central premise was. Was it to? I don't remember if it was just to get like to kill the other team, or if there was like an actual thing to destroy. Because I remember there were like hero ships. So there was the Millennium Falcon and
Yeah,
the what is that one? The Boba Fett one. His T wing
I
or
can't.
whatever what that
Something
was.
like that. Yeah, I can't remember the name of his.
But yeah, it was something like that. Like you had to. There was like a just like fuckloads of people flying in fucking like in Tie fighters and all that shit. That's all I remember in like X wings and stuff. But I don't remember if it was exactly like that where you could damage a ship. I don't think it was. I think there was like random ships that you needed to destroy to get points and
No, right.
stuff. I don't
See,
know.
I feel like if they return to, it was basically like a giant glorified capture the flag kind of thing.
Mm.
It was very. I I I enjoyed the hell out of it, and even to this day, like I go back to Battlefront 2 every now and then and just play the like campaign missions, and it's like it had single player, and that was another cool thing about it. It was like they had like this board game like conquest mode, it was called, and you can go you basically command certain ships, and then you go one space each turn, and then if another ship ends up on the same planet as you are, then you go into a battle, or if you run into a ship in the middle of space, you do a space battle, and you're basically just kind of trying to conquest things, you know
Mm.
over a certain time. I thought that was cool too, but we'll see how Battlefront 2 fares. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, with how Battlefront 1 was and how I viewed it, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. So
Well, hey, that's just like your opinion, man.
yeah. Uh, and speaking of opinions, did your opinion change of Dota 2?
Okay, well, to set the scene, uh, basically, Moose here and a bunch of his Wisconsinite friends, they just play nothing but Dota 2 all day, every day for like the past like 5 years. I think
Okay.
our friend Tom has about
I've only
three.
been playing since 2015, but continue.
Yeah, Tom has about like 3,000 some hours in the game.
Yes, he does.
I don't know how many are you at? Like maybe 1,000 by now.
Not like 700 or something,
Oh, okay. So yeah,
something like that.
yeah. They all are big old nerds about the game. For a while, they would opt in instead of talking to me to go play stupid fucking Dota 2. So I really hated the game for a long time. I still do, in fact, but I decided to reinstall it after many months of just not ever playing it because I downloaded it once a few months ago, played the tutorial. I got stuck on like a bridge or something, and I quit it and deleted the game. It pissed me off, so I re-downloaded it, And then Moose and our friend Paul, he they both decided to coach me a bit in bot games, and they're teaching me slowly how to play the actual game. And I mean, it's fun with friends because, like, especially in bot matches, because you can just fuck around and have
Yeah.
fun. Like, I was playing as a character named Timbersaw, and he's just a goblin in a mech, cough cough ruckus from fucking Paladins. But then he's just really pissed off at trees, I guess. He just
Yeah,
hates trees for no
that's
reason.
that's his lore. There's cartoons of him like where he's just like in a forest and he's just like looking around like I really don't like being here. Um because his whole thing is literally he's just not a fan of trees. Which is why he's Timbersaw and that's why he has um all the blades and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
his whole kit is centered around like chainsaws and shit, just spinning blades. And
yep.
well, his one of his abilities, his W, you send out a fucking like a chain, and then you just pull onto trees from like a distance away, and then you like you fly into battle. Well,
Yeah.
I like to do that, but into a group of enemies and then die immediately. It's really funny. Uh,
Yeah. It is in Dota. You got to make your own fun, and if you're playing the fun characters, like basically every character that we were recommending to you was like had a fun mechanic that you know would often fuck your team over sometimes,
yeah.
um, or it would
What was that
be
one
really
guy
cool.
that I was playing the other dude that charged?
Oh, Spirit Breaker,
Yeah,
yeah,
Spirit Breaker. He's
he's
really
fun.
fun.
He's fun because like if you like really early in the game, just fucking put your Q so you charge somebody and make sure that you have something in your E so that it will like stun them and stuff and just charge across the map and say fuck it because it will really disrupt everybody and it's really it's he's a fun character to play
Yeah,
especially
Spirit
if you're having a
Breaker is the greatest character. His ability, like you charge at people, and it has infinite range. You could
yep
literally go from your spawn to the enemy spawn. It takes a bit, but it can
as long
happen.
as you see somebody you can charge them
Yeah,
and that's that's probably the best part about him and that's his main thing. Um, but I mean, so you're having some fun with it.
yeah. For the
Um,
most part, it's just the only thing that I really hate is I just fucking hate top-down MOBAs. For the most part, I
mhm,
like am really in love with the idea of Smite. I mean, I obviously don't play it a lot anymore,
yeah,
or at all actually anymore. But that's only because I like took a break because there was like a friend that I played it with, and he's a horrible human being, and it is a whole thing. And
yeah,
well, so I just took a break, and now like I'm like a season behind. They have like 50 new characters. It's fucking hard to get back into the meta once you're
yeah,
fucking out. Um, but yeah, like it's that because Smite is a third person MOBA, and that's just like over the shoulder. You you fucking you shoot at people and they die. Well, this
yeah,
game it's like isometric in a way. It's not even like full top down like League of Legends. It's like isometric in a way, so it's like kind of angled, but I just feel like I need to zoom out more because I just can't see shit, and the HUD is huge for no reason, and I always get
yeah,
my fucking mouse stuck because you can't just WASD to move around like any normal fucking video game. You have to use the mouse to look around the camera, and it's like
yeah,
not centered on your guy at all times, and you have to like right click to move. It's fucking horrible. I hate it. It makes me want to cry all the time. I think if I just get persistent at it, it'll be fine. But because I'm like so heavy into like FPSs, I just can't get a hang of it because I
yeah.
need the WASD to move, or else my tiny little man child brain can't understand what's going on.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to. When I started, it was really difficult. I mean, it wasn't so difficult for me because I played League prior to that. Um, but at the same time, it still takes a while to get used to being on QWE and R, and then occasionally D and F, um, for like mechanical purposes. It's weird having your fingers there, and especially when you're so used to WASD for every other game. Um, but it's it's fun when you're playing with friends, especially when you can make fun of each other and fuck around on occasion, and throw the game when you're doing well,
Yeah.
which we do a lot. But I mean, as long as we're having fun with it, sometimes we get pissed off, but we're pretty good about it. But oh well. I'm glad that you've been playing with us. It's fun to have some more people to play with that aren't Stan and Andrew. Anyway, um, what else we got today?
I don't remember actually. I mean, I,
There's
I
a
watched like,
famous.
oh,
Oh
yeah, I was gonna
no,
say
continue.
I watched like a million episodes of Dragon Ball Super today, which
Nice.
that show, I love the show because it's got really cute, interesting characters for the most part. Like there's this one, his name's Zeno or Zeno Sama as they call him. And he's a cute little, like he's basically like the supreme overlord of the entire like universe of Dragon Ball. And he can literally destroy the entire like all of existence with like a snap of his fingers if he wants. But he's like a cute little fucking like alien looking dude. He's the greatest. Like he's got a cute little voice. He's a cute little dude, and like he's basically got like a child's mind for the most part. But like he also is like scary for the like a lot. It's horrible. He's basically the greatest character of all time. But yeah, so all the characters are really well thought out, and they're the writing is really good in the show. For the most part, I mean, like the only thing that I really hate about Dragon Ball, like overall the series, is that there's like 50,000 episodes of like one fight. Like
Yep.
literally, I just got done with this one fucking saga, and oh my god, it took like maybe like I think the majority or all of the episodes that I watched, so like 15 plus episodes I watched were all about one fucking fight.
Yep.
It's it's infuriating because like you see like Vegeta or someone like beating the shit out of the guy and you're like, "Oh yeah, this is cool. I know Vegeta's just going to get like his arm chopped off or something stupid in 2 seconds, but it's cool to watch him beat him up for a second. Like they get these random spurts of like kicking ass, and then all of a sudden the dude just powers up and he's like, "Oh, you're fucking dead," and they flicks him on the forehead and they die. Like it's I don't understand it. Like there was like in this one saga, they had like it was going back and forth from the future and stuff because of future trunks and such,
Yeah.
that whole thing, and so they went back and forth like 4 times because it kept getting their asses kicked, and
Yeah.
it's just annoying to watch half the time.
Yeah. I didn't, as much as like Dragon Ball Z as a series. Like I used to watch some of the older series. Um, I haven't kept up with it. I'm not like some people that like know every single character. I know like the basic
Yeah.
characters. I played most of the fighting games. That is where a lot of my info came from. After the series that I watched. Um, but yeah, it's I can imagine it being a pain in the ass just having to deal with you know one fight scene lasting
Dude,
forever.
it's like I mean, I really love the show because there's like really good high points of the show when it's just like nice fucking just people having fun and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love when shows are just fun instead of just having to be like all dramatic and like, oh no, fucking Vegeta, his life support is failing. We need to get him some more batteries for his life support operating machine. It's like, whoa, cool. But like, no, like I don't care. Just let me watch fucking Gotenks kick some ass on some like aliens or something, dude. And yeah, I know like I haven't watched like all of Dragon Ball Z ever, so I don't know every single character, but I know most of what I know just from like word of mouth from friends and
Yeah.
like sibling, like cousin. I think one of my cousins used to watch it a lot.
Nice.
But like,
Well,
it's crazy. It's a good show. You need to watch it. Go download Crunchyroll or not download it, I guess, but
well, in other non-video game news and in animation news, um, recently tweeted out from our favorite cartoonist.
Our friend. He's a
I wish he
longtime
was our
friend of
friend.
the show.
I really
We're having
wish.
him on next month.
I wish. Um, if you don't know, Chris O'Neill or Oni of Oni Cartoons recently announced on Twitter that there may be a new episode of a certain cartoon about a child and a satanic figure, which, if you don't know, is Leo and Satan. Um,
Oh, I thought it was Ding
it's
Dong and Beelzebub,
oh
actually,
my god,
but
you upset me. Um, but it's nice to see Chris coming back to the animation field. Like, it's been a long time since we've seen
it's
like
been a while.
we haven't seen the Final Fantasy thing. We haven't seen you know we haven't seen a Dragon Ball Z, Dragon's Ball PP. Um, we haven't seen Wingardium Leviosa in forever. Um, but it's nice to see that he's kind of returning to animation, especially after all this time. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see that. There's going to be a new ASDF movie, if you don't know that, which is the uh, guy known as Tom Ska, which has a lot of British random humor.
Hello.
If you don't know ASDF movie, that should be coming out this next week. Um,
Okay. Take a wild guess to how many views Wingardium Leviosa has.
10 million.
36 million views.
Ooh, it's a popular cartoon. It's it's a funny, hilarious cartoon, and I'm
Yeah, and
I'm
also
excited to see more.
Dragon's Ball PP has 36 million.
Yeah,
There,
yeah.
he's
He's a great animator and a funny dude. We've been watching
very funny boy.
we've been watching Doodle Dudes, which is a show on Game Grumps, where Aaron, Chris, Ross, several other people just show up and they draw something. They draw a particular subject, which is going to be a new episode tomorrow. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is that the first?
So maybe it's not coming out to. No, it's the 31st.
Oh, is it the 31st? I always
Mind,
forget
yeah.
how many days are in this month. But yeah. Also, there was a new trailer out for the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and apparently Sony's already wanting to pull Spider-Man already.
What do you mean, Paul Spider-Man?
Because if you don't know, Sony Studios originally owned, or they own Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
And the whole basis around letting Marvel, like themselves, use it in just one of their movies. It took them a while to kind of agree to making a movie together, because obviously they are competing companies, but they were like, yeah, we'll do Spider-Man: Homecoming, and then now they're kind of like, well, he's
I don't know
still
why
ours,
they're
so
getting all uptight about a Spider-Man movie in which he goes to prom, dude. I don't understand why.
No, it's Homecoming, not prom.
Isn't that the same
He's
thing?
got to get a date. No, Homecoming and prom are two different things.
I wouldn't know.
Homecoming is generally at the start of high school year, and prom is at the end. And prom is more like formal. Homecoming is more about the football team going to
Jack off on each other in the locker room.
Exactly. Um,
Just them good old boys having some.
Speaking of jacking off, Stank, why don't we talk about YouTube?
Oh yeah, YouTube's really been shit in the bed. if you haven't been on the platform, apparently, because everyone's talked about it. Basically, YouTube's just gonna implode on itself, and that's pretty fun. Basically, not all, but most advertisers on the site are just pulling their ads from YouTube because of, I don't know, like people are pointing their fingers at fucking Wall Street Journal for like starting the shit with PewDiePie and stuff, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that is happening apparently.
A lot of what I heard is the advertisers don't like the way that YouTube is doing the advertisements, how they're, structuring everything. Some advertisers don't want to be on certain videos
Yeah.
um, because of the way that the videos are portrayed. Some videos obviously are, if you see anything from like Filthy Frank or something, some companies like I think Johnson and Johnson was a company. Uh, I think Kraft was another company, and there was a few other companies that decided to completely like boycott putting their ads on YouTube, which may be the reason why you're seeing a lot of repeat ads lately, uh, or just movie ads because you're always going to see fucking movie ads. Um, and yeah, so they're a little bit upset about that. Other than that, the YouTube content creators are also getting the shaft. Um, if you follow H3H3, and you know of his famous video, Vape Nation, that video no longer has monetization. Um, YouTube pulled monetization from that video as well as several others.
Like,
Uh,
yeah, like basically, like, I'd say, like, maybe 60% of the entire YouTube site, like 60% of all videos, well, maybe not all videos. There's a lot of, like, zero view videos out there. Like, a lot of
yeah,
the well known videos, like, 60% of the well known videos are all being, like, demonetized for no reason, and there's no option to appeal it either. Apparently,
yeah.
this is just a glitch, but I don't fucking believe YouTube anymore.
YouTube's been saying there's this is a glitch. You unsubscribe from this person because of an accident.
It's just a visual
But
glitch.
fucking, I follow Peanut Butter Gamer, who makes funny video game reviews, um, and like he's been on YouTube since the dawn of time before he was even
There
like
was like dinosaurs in his first video, I think.
exactly. Um, and a couple of his videos got demonetized. Well, the videos that were demonetized were uh, he doesn't swear in his videos. He doesn't curse. He doesn't say anything suggestive. He doesn't do anything like that. He's very safe for work. Problem is, apparently YouTube thought something was wrong with this video because they talked about old people.
Fucking old people always ruining everything,
Those are
man.
the only two videos that he got demonetized on, and they both mentioned old people.
Why?
And
So
I,
weird. Like, what
I,
a random thing to like pull. Just like fucking old people. Why old people?
yeah, but those are the videos that are being demonetized on YouTube, and something tells me
This is ageist.
it's kind of like if you don't remember, Tumblr is now owned by Yahoo. And there was a brief period of time where Yahoo was like, "We're going to take down all the not safe for work content."
Oh, yep, they did not do that.
Yeah, they did not do that. Luckily, because I mean, obviously they'd lose pretty much all of their user base because there's so much unsafe for work so much unsafe for work content
I
on
believe the
Tumblr
word
that
would be not safe for work, not
yeah, not
unsafe for
safe
work.
for work. I'm sorry. Um,
Fucking
but
idiot. I'm working with unprofessionals here.
but part of me is thinking YouTube is trying this because they are trying to make it more kid friendly and ad friendly. Probably more ad friendly because they want ad revenue, and that's why we're seeing this issue. Like, you got the companies boycotting. They're like, well, we don't want our advertisements on these videos, but
I don't
we still want our
really
advertisements there.
I really don't understand the like all of the sudden what happened, like what made them shift. There's like been bad videos that have been having like Coke advertisements on them forever.
I feel like the reason it's popped up is because of all the controversy that's happened lately, especially being PewDiePie. Obviously, the controversy that happened with him. He is the uh, biggest YouTube personality on YouTube, and that's saying a lot. He has more followers than anybody, and the interesting thing is, I have a feeling that with that controversy came, a bunch of companies that were like, well, we don't want to associate ourselves with him. But YouTube is like, well, shit. So now they're trying to regulate the content on their website to a point of it's they don't want that not safe for work content, because if it's not safe for work, then they can't make money off of it. And especially with PewDiePie, since PewDiePie gets millions upon millions of views, he is technically not safe for work because of the content that he reviews, and the and his actions in terms of just like cursing and suggestive themes
And
every now and
murdering
then.
people.
Yeah, and being Hitler. So since he's such a big personality, they're like, well, hold on. We still want to make money off you, PewDiePie. So could you please, you know, not make as suggestive content so that we can make money off of you? I feel like that's what they're doing. Um, Obviously, it's only happening to the bigger YouTube personalities.
I
Um,
think it's also affecting like smaller dudes too. I think it's like basically if you even have like a shred of notoriety on the site, you're getting there people are getting demonetized, which is
See,
sad.
and I have a feeling the reason that they're pulling the demonetization is, or they're demonetizing these videos, is because they're like they're trying to give them like a catch 22. You either conform to being more safer work, more you know you know kid friendly and family friendly, in order for us to attach advertisements on you, because these companies don't, as of right now, they don't want to put advertisements on you. So like, make it more family friendly, and then we could put those advertisements back on you, and then we can make a shit ton of money off of you. That's what it feels like. And I have a feeling that's what they're doing, because they're YouTube. They've been losing money this whole time. Ever since Google acquired YouTube, they've been losing money.
Yeah, they haven't made profit.
They haven't made shit. It's always a negative bet. I mean, Google, you can do whatever you want when you're Google, because you make millions of dollars elsewhere, but they're still running at a deficit. And I feel like that's why YouTube is like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want. We're running at a deficit, you know.
Yeah, the only two ways I see this going. I mean, there's probably because of the whole fucking quantum mechanics of the universe.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's more than just two ways this could go. But I only see two ways that this could go currently. It's either YouTube just fucking they just get their shit together and they let everyone back having all their monetization, or they pull out like a new like a like they get new advertisers and like they start selling advertisement for like really fucking dirt cheap or
Yeah.
something, so like people would start actually advertising on there. Or two, YouTube fucking burns and crashes to the ground and
Yeah.
becomes like a child friendly site. And then fucking Twitch, they like I tweeted about this. I said that YouTube is going to burn and crash to the ground, and Twitch is going to rise from the ashes. But first, they really do need to get their video hosting service like under wraps. They've got it now, but it's like in beta. Like
Yeah.
you can like upload videos to Twitch,
Yep.
but like it's like you have to click through like you go to a channel and then you see the videos, then you see like uploads, and it's really fucking annoying. They
Yeah.
need to put it front stage, and they would dominate. I swear to God, they'd make so much money. They would have all the money in the goddamn world if.
I mean, it would be mainly video game content, but yeah, I can see it growing to the point of
Well, I mean, they
like,
also have like they're getting mega money off of IRL streams now.
yeah,
Like, I mean, obviously the way the human brain works is that it really likes um certain things, and not everyone fits into that certain category of thing that the human brain likes, which is kind of fucked for like an open market service like
yeah,
Twitch, because basically, like, I'm not saying this as a negative thing, but basically the more revealing, quote unquote, you are, uh, for for IRL streams, basically the better you do. This has always been true, but it was just like, you play League of Legends, you got your titties out. That's the whole thing. But like,
Yeah.
have you like actually looked at the upload section or the video section of Twitch recently for IRL? It's
No, I've not.
literally just girls dancing
Oh,
half
I
the
can
time.
imagine.
Like it's, I mean, you gotta keep on that grind to make that fucking 401k at 22 years old.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, money isn't everything in life for the most part. I mean, it is, but like at some point you gotta pump the fucking brakes and be like, you know what? I actually respect myself as a human being. I'm not going to dance for 12-year-olds to jerk off to me. It's like fucking, oh my god.
You are fairly saucy about this subject.
I am very heated
And and to,
because,
and to be completely honest, I would also be as saucy because I remember starting off on Twitch and being like, God, there are so many scantily clad girls who are getting views just because they're scantily clad, or there are guys just because they're fucking meatheads.
well, yeah, that, but then also like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of mad at the world because I'm not the suitable thing that people actually want to watch. Because one, I'm not good at video games. Two, I don't have a webcam. Three, I'm not attractive even if I did have a webcam enough for people to be like, oh wow, look at this guy. He's a cute boy playing video game. I'm like, no, I'm not. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's you gotta game the system somehow, and
Yeah.
I haven't figured that way out yet because I don't stream ever. Because when I do stream, I get like 0 viewers, and it makes me depressed and sad, and I want
I
to
mean,
be not alive sometimes.
we're both still working on it.
Well,
So,
yeah, you
and
just don't stream ever because I don't know. You just play Dota.
life is a shitter.
Delete Dota
Um.
right now.
Anyway, uh,
This has been
that's
going for a bit.
it has been going for a bit, but I feel like we got through all the subjects. It's probably under an hour. I
As
want to say.
Yeah, it's 52 minutes.
Yeah.
Uh, as a wrap up, fuck YouTube.
Yep. Fuck YouTube.
YouTube's dead.
Fuck anime girls.
Fuck
Um.
Dota 2 because you just got on Dota 2.
No, I didn't.
It says you did.
Um.
Anyways.
Uh.
Oh, Ghost is
f-
playing. Cool. Uh, Fuck Chris O'Neill.
yep.
And like
Like have
actually
sex.
have
Yeah. Same
intercourse
with
with
the
her.
anime girls. Yeah. Anime girls and Chris O'Neill. Yeah.
Yeah, and fuck Gogeta and Vegito
Yeah. And
future Trunks and my future
fuck you,
my
Sky Williams.
and fuck Sky Williams. Okay, that is gonna
Yeah.
do it for this episode of the Not So Perfect Podcast. If you would like to like and subscribe for more of these and or just random videos of me being a dumb human being, I'd recommend checking out my newest non podcast video, which is my top 10 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's a good watch, I'd say. But yeah, so thank you for watching and keep it sleazy, my dudes.